Which is funny because that's one of my favorite movies. And somebody else on TikTok was singing it and they just channeled it right back to me. Because I didn't take it as a message. I was just like, oh my god, I love that movie. And then as soon as I hop on live, they channel it to me. And they're showing me Shadow Man getting his soul getting dragged to hell. His friends on the other side turned on him as soon as the deal was not fulfilled. Individuals are being dragged through hell in this physical incarnation for trying to come up against you and the prophesized plan for the advancement of the planet. This was supposed to be strong shit too. Sabotaging your movement. So this could be you physically moving, but I'm feeling like the divine revolutionary movement. You had organizations, networks, societies. We did talk about the Illuminati over on YouTube that see you as a threat to the fear-based control they had over others, as well as the manipulative illusionary tactics they were using to maintain that control. And you shattered these illusions. We did talk about individuals that are repenting. We did talk about individuals that are now going to God, like begging to be forgiven for what they had done when they were in this fear-based mentality and who they were siding with. So I feel like there are some individuals that feared these organizations, networks, societies, groups, brotherhoods, cults, covens, sisterhoods, units that have seen you break out of the strongest shit that was meant to make an example out of you, and it has reignited their faith that there really is a higher power. You are proof that God exists. And this is why everybody has to get through God to get to you. God is standing in front of you, on the side of you, and behind you. You're protected. There are some individuals that are so protected, and I feel like you are this individual that they're talking about, that is so protected that there is no practitionary work. There's no roots, no voodoo, no santeria, no occult practices, no sacrificial rituals, no satanic meetings that can influence you, that will attach to you. They can't touch you. And at one point they believed that they could, but it was all a part of the divine plan to gain energetic access to their organizations and infiltrate them. There are some people in this world, 144 galactic chosen children of the Most High, sacred souls that are meant to assist the ascension of this planet, and others that are not to be touched, that cannot be touched. Touch not my anointed, do no harm to my prophet. You are a prophet, a messenger, a mouthpiece to the Most High. And we all go about this different ways. There is not just one type of messenger. It is your artistry, your creative soul expression that activates others and influences and impacts others based on the energy within what you are expressing, on what you are creating, co-creating. Like I talked about with God energy. This was an Emperor energy that had booked with me. This was the appointment I was in right before this live. I talked about how God creates all, and you are the co-creator that has been given dominion to co-create with the creation. Like Play-Doh. God, for example, an analogy. God created Play-Doh. Let's just take this as an analogy. God was like, all right, I made this malleable substance, and I'm going to give it to you. But what you create out of this entirely depends on where your mind state is at and how you view what I have given you. Your entire experience and mission is based on the co-creation that you have been gifted. Does that make sense? Like, you have been gifted the gift. You have been ordained by the Most High to be a co-creator of what has been created. For all has been created by the Most High. These timelines created by the Most High. But you, as a God-ordained co-creator, create with what has been co-create with what has been created. And you are pulling in high vibrational timelines with the power you've been given access to. And this is why you are fiercely protected. You are not only unconditionally loved by God, but you are protected in this way because of how you are using this power that has been given to you. It's like God has instilled the power of God within your hands to create with, to make this planet a better place, to influence others, to inspire others, to elevate and lead others. But many of these souls had to watch you step into it to trust in following it. which means everything you went through, every experience, every tower, every betrayal, every alchemized working, or every working that you alchemized, was all intended for the plan of prophecy to unfold on this planet. Everything you went through, when it looked like you were at rock bottom and you had all eyes on you, only for you to be miraculously pulled out of that and provided for. Individuals started not only watching you more, but being inspired by you, going, God must be real if God did this for this person. Because where they were at, they shouldn't have made it out of. They shouldn't have made it out of homelessness. They shouldn't have made it out of poverty. They shouldn't have avoided death. Yet here they are. You've got individuals learning that the steps that you had taken had been planned. That everything was a part of the plan to put you in a position to be respected, to where no organization, network, or society could discredit you. Because your life was proof there is a higher power. Every single thing that you have gone through, every single thing that you were pulled out of, every single miracle that unfolded in your life, everything that has been given to you that you co-created with, is proof that there is a higher power looking out for you. And the fact that the highest level practitioners, the big dog organizations and dark elites, could not root you, could not block you, could not stop you, is more than enough proof for these individuals to sit back and analyze your energy, knowing that you truly are chosen. And you are chosen to dismantle each and every one of them. That you are... That goes hard. It's 222 on the timer right now. You are the rapture. I'm getting goosebumps. Where how individuals perceive this rapture happening was not how it came through, was not how it unfolded. For those who came up against you to solidify darker timelines, they're the ones that are not being ascended into lighter timelines, higher vibrational experiences. You are, yes, you are the rapture and the restoration. You are what you pulled souls out of hell. In the way that with it, how the rapture is depicted is souls ascending. God pulling souls out that have earned their place in true world. This is what Dolores Cannon meant by the split, the planetary split. Old world, the simulation, the systematic matrix energetic basing with the inorganic dark grid system, and true world, 5D and multidimensional energy, 11th dimensional energy flowing through, information being given to you to relay to others, to give them a firm understanding of what they have moved into or what they are transitioning into. You are, yes, the one, Neo, N-E-O. Neo, N-E-O-O-N-E. The one. But it took your resurrection, just like in the Matrix when Neo was pew-pewed at point-blank range and then rose in front of Agent Smith's face. This is what you have done to these organizations. You rose from a type of initiation that was meant to permanently incapacitate you, putting them in a state of fear and terror of how you had done this and what this meant for the others that would follow you. The others that were inspired by you. We have a Queen of Wands out here that's being left out in the cold. We'll get to that in a minute. These are they said now. These are individuals that look good. Look good on paper. They look like somebody you should look up to. They appear to be stars. They appear to be leaders. They appear to be guides. And they're being unmasked with the illusions that have been broken. You can see which side those have taken based on what has been done in their life, what is playing out in their life. You can also see the fear of God in many individuals that are now repenting, that are now openly sharing information they have withheld. Some of you are seeing quite a few individuals in a position of recognition talk about God more often and say that they're sorry for what they have done and that they know that God has forgiven them. These are individuals that had allowed their soul to be fragmented based on fear due to the control tactics and manipulation of these individuals that looked good. They looked powerful. They looked like they were in control. They looked like they'd be able to silence anybody, make an example out of anybody, destroy anybody. Yet they have been unable to discredit you, knock you off the divine pillar of light that God has placed you on, the star, and keep you from being seen. You also have individuals in a position of recognition, the star, that they're mentally entrapped. They're mentally entrapped and stressed because of what they now know. You not only survived, you resurrected. You came back as something far more powerful. Your God mode, your God body, your Godhead activated. When they look at you, they see God looking back. They feel God looking back. They know that you're different from the others. They know that you're something special. You're something that God does not allow anybody to touch. They can't pinpoint exactly what you are, but they're looking at you as though you are this Messiah. The world. Leading the world. It's almost giving Moses energy. You see how this staff is in her hand? This is almost giving like Moses. What was meant to end you only puts you in, it's like a bigger future, a bigger destiny. They unleash and unlock something they cannot control, and they don't know where it's going to lead to, but they know it's not good for them. They know that everything they have built is falling apart. So again, 144 in the house. What's up, Galactic Golden Chosen Children of the Most High, Galactic Golden Chosen Nuggies, Ohana, gods and goddesses, y'all all up in the house. And you know if this message is for you, that you came here to do big things, to bring big things, to bring in a better world. A world where sacred souls like yourself could succeed, could get opportunities, would be listened to, would be seen, would be acknowledged, would be rewarded. You made a way. Again, they're showing me how God parted the seas and you led others through it. Told them not to fear the tides upon each side. Exactly, a voice for the voiceless. Not to fear the tides on each side, but just to walk through. Keep walking, keep going. You may not see what's on the other side, but I know what's over there. And I know it's better than where we came from. And this is a fight this is a fight we're going to win, and a fight that's going to be worth it, I assure you. In the same way that they believed in Moses. In the same way they believed in David. Well, not a lot of people believed in David, but God did. In the same way that Daniel believed that he would be okay in the lion's den, is the same way that individuals know that they will be okay following you. They will be okay following the path of enlightenment back to God, back to themselves, back to their soul. The same way they know they'll be okay taking a leap of faith to answer the call of their life's purpose, where they had once feared not being provided for or falling and failing based on what their soul was calling them to do. And they're seeing it pay off for you. You are a guiding light and a big one. You're the angel that came to earth to illuminate all of which had been corrupted, so that others could see that they weren't just mere humans. They were so much more. A drop of divinity placed within humanity to change the world, to bring peace to the world, to be the change they wished to see, but they saw it in you first. And I don't mean to sound super preachy right now, but I know you need to hear this, because it's like I'm verifying and validating what you already know. I'm verifying and validating what has already been conveyed to you as the chosen divine being that you are. You brought souls home by bringing home here. And it was a hell of a battle, I'll tell you that much. This was not easy. You went from going up against initiated bots, aka karmic familial units, that you had to clear past life karma with, karmic romantic dynamics and contracts, platonic karmic contracts, all initiated to come up against you, all provoked by your light and targeting you, just so that you would be prepared for the big dogs that you would be facing pertaining to these organizations, network, societies, elites. I just heard their rank has been deleted. Their names erased from history, but yours burned into it forever. We've talked about that before. These individuals don't have a firm understanding of why they can't get to you. They don't want to believe it. But those that had once followed them do. They see God in you. Exactly, to tear down the veil the enemy has on the people. For the one-eyed man is king in the land of the blind. The one-eyed man is king in the land of the blind. Switching from a primal 3D state of existing to an ethereal, spiritual, soul-based, multi-dimensional, high-vibrational divine experience. Going from 3D carbon-based, 3D simulated experience, a falsified reality that you were meant to perceive as your reality, to truly following your soul's calling. Following your soul's calling and seeing the world for what it was meant to be, and what it truly was and is, but was coveted by the simulated, falsified reality that you had once believed was real. That you had once believed that's how life was going to be for you. Always desiring more, but never feeling like you could get there. Feeling as though there were consistent obstacles placed in your path that kept you from success no matter how hard you tried. You shifted this world into what it was meant to be, true earth. I know there's a lot of light workers calling it new earth, and it's new to us because we have yet to experience it with how long the world has been coveted in this inorganic dark grid system. How long the world has been manipulated by the illusions that have been put in place to perpetuate the programs of soul enslavement. But it's true earth. It's the way the world was always meant to be. It's the way that we were meant to, based on destiny and fate, free will, choice, and decisions, how we were meant to experience it. And that choice was stripped from us at birth. Consistently being programmed on what we should be, how we should act, who we should be friends with. Propaganda, social media programming, entertainment installations of subconscious manipulation. All of it. Training us to be sheep. Training us to perceive ourselves as being hopeless and helpless and less than. Keeping us in the rat race that fueled the system. And you've shattered that illusion. And you've shattered it for so many souls that now see what their life was meant to be. Who they were supposed to be. And who they can and will be if they choose to take the steps necessary. And I love that, yes, Jamie, I am the system. You are the system override. You are what changes the way the world works entirely. And this is why you are a threat to these fallen bloodlines that have maintained these positions of control for a very long time. And this is why they are so confused and terrified at the fact that they cannot touch you. That their attempts have been futile. Again, they're showing me Shadow Man. Those who made deals on your life, on your power, on your destiny are the ones that are being dragged to hell, not you. This is how protected you are. It doesn't matter how high-ranking a practitioner is. It doesn't matter what society they're a part of, whether they're a 33-degree Freemason, Rosicrucian, Eastern Star, Illuminati, Skull and Bones, Golden, what is this, Golden Knights? I also just heard Knights of Templar. Some of you could have a bloodline of Knights of Templar. You could have some type of connection. But it doesn't matter what title these individuals hold. Doesn't matter what type of ranking is supposed to come from these groups, organizations, networks, and societies. None of them hold more power than God. And with the way that you have been sealed, the way that you have been coveted, none are to touch you as the prophet that came here to advance the planet. You are supposed to be a leading, guiding light. That as the last resort was activated. Because they have taken out so many prophets before. They have silenced so many prophets before, and God had had enough. It was time. You were activated because we were running out of time. The light side, the divine, was running out of time and running out of patience. Every prophet that came before you was silenced. Their vessel taken. Many individuals that have spoken upon this but were not being listened to, like Tupac, XXXTentacion, Nipsey Hussle, Dr. Sebi, as the beautiful herbalist healer energy that he is, silenced because of how they were attempting to heal the planet and help the ascension and awakening. Wisdom. You've been given wisdom of those who have fallen before you to assist you with not falling into the same traps that they did while they were here. These prophets were touched, and that evoked fury. Bob Marley, indeed. God clearly stated, touch not my anointed, do no harm to my prophet. And with each of these prophets that were, their vessel was taken, their energy on the other side, their energy outside of the meat suit, amplified. It flowed throughout this planet, awakening more and more individuals. They only became more powerful outside of the meat suit. And these organizations, networks, and societies knew that with each prophet that had been supposedly extinguished, there was even more that would happen upon the planet. Indeed, Chester Bennington. You would notice once they had a prophet has fallen. For example, like Nipsey Hussle or XXXTentacion. When XXXTentacion passed away, more people started waking up, including me. My mass awakening was in 2018. And it was about a week after he had passed away, a few days after he had passed away. They woke me up. Exactly the ripple effect. More and more people started tuning into what Jase was talking about. With the master key, manifestation, the cosmic karmic law of cause and effect, the 7 spiritual laws of success. Listening back to his interviews about astral travel, he left such an impact. So many people were distraught because they had this soul-based connection to him, that when his vessel was taken out, it activated us to where we were like, no, this is wrong. We need to start looking into what he was conveying. We need to start having a deeper understanding of why he was here. Prince as well. Each prophet who lost their vessel, more of us woke up. More of us started gaining information, started to look into their demise, started looking into what they were relaying, what was being conveyed. And we realized they were trying to help. We realized through these activations and awakenings, they had left us breadcrumbs. Even in XXXTentacion's music video, Sad, where you see him fighting himself. That was like him fighting his 3D-based mind, his ego mind. The version of him in lower timelines with the version of him that he was at that moment. And the information that he left within that music video was to depict the type of spiritual warfare we were in, to where we needed to acknowledge our shadows to ascend. And you see him laying his old version to rest in a room that is white. That is him stepping into his divinity and releasing what no longer serves him, his old version. That was a part of the old timelines, to where he was susceptible to chaotic, malevolent energies, where he was susceptible to aligning to a lower vibrational influence, and how many individuals were projecting that type of energy over him. And from that point on, he started to look deeper into energy, deeper into intention, deeper into manifestation, deeper into karma, to have to gain awareness of why he was as reactive as he was, why there were so many individuals trying to influence him. And you can tell that he really ascended with what he was attempting to convey and how he was speaking to those online. How even when certain rappers tried to target him and pull him into drama, he was like, I don't want to be a part of this lower vibrational behavior. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with either of you, but what I am saying is the way that you're going about it shows that you have not elevated vibratorily. And if you stay in this alignment, you stay in this energy, you're only going to bring more of that upon yourself. So I'm not about to be a part of this fight. I'm not about to argue with y'all. I'm not about to be in this drama because it's unnecessary. And I feel like we need to see the bigger picture here. Y'all are fighting about stupid shit. when we should be looking at what we are doing with our platforms, how we are inspiring the youth, and how they're looking up to us, moving accordingly. He consistently conveyed his ascension, his growth, his healing, and attempted to show others where this has led him, and where this growth would spark this divine revolution. He even stated on one of his videos, I believe I have it shared on Instagram, how he wanted to stop the world from diving into an apocalyptic state, which, if we're breaking that down, it is timelines of war, timelines of chaos and suffering and torment. That is the apocalyptic state with the matrix programming that had been put in place to enslave souls. He was trying to free your spirit. That's another reason why he talks about freeing your mind. Exactly. He was a leader. This is exactly what you are. But you have more intelligence. You have more wisdom. You are more advanced than those that came before you. And this is why they're horrified. You know too fucking much. You're doing too fucking much. The fact that the planet has changed this much with your awakening is mind-blowing. The fact that things that you believed in, things that you had spoke upon and prophesied have come to play out. Many of you had talked about extraterrestrials being here, us being starseeds, having starseed lineages, being a previous reincarnation of a starseed, having previous lives that we needed to correct, we needed to clear karma from. Many of you have talked about how extraterrestrials would assist or Galactic Federation would assist in the influence of light on this planet. Many individuals believed you as being crazy until they saw information being released by the government about how extraterrestrials were here. They didn't believe you until they saw proof, but it was inevitable what you had prophesied would come to play out because of the rise of Christ consciousness. So now you have these individuals looking at you like the prophet you are, knowing that you are a God-ordained co-creator to this realm and what you speak upon, which is why you need to be very careful with how you use your gifts, what your throat chakra depicts, because you are pulling in that timeline. God trusts you to co-create upon God's creation. Many of you know you are in this world, not of this world. And now they know it too. You are something that cannot be controlled. You are something that cannot be rooted. You are something that cannot be bound and limited. You are something that cannot be extinguished. And to attempt to has brought wrath down on each and every individual that has been relentlessly targeting you. All is connected. For the angels, the ethereal extraterrestrials, the divine, the Most High, all connected, all are one. All are intending on the divine influence on this planet to lead it into its highest vibrational timeline and experience. And this is what we have been doing. This is why you're seeing so many light workers finally win, and this is why you're seeing their last-ditch effort to pull us or descend us back into a timeline of war. Talking about war, trying to evoke fear, trying to get attention out of the lower vibrational agenda that they have and how they're attempting to convey information in order to evoke these lower vibrational emotions and use mass energy to manifest timelines to where this plays out. And we're not falling for it. We see the illusion. We know that these individuals are doing what they're doing because, again, the devil doesn't rob an empty house. You know that there's a breakthrough on this planet happening and that the light has won if the devil is coming through with an army trying to make you feel as though you're powerless, or trying to make you feel as though, oh, you're not done, we're just getting started. Knowing damn good and well they over there in crutches and casts trying to fight. The light has won. We're already here. And you're already you've been receiving information. We got a King of Staves out here. You're a leader. You take action. You've been receiving information on what points you need to move and what you need to be doing based on who is guiding you, where your pathway is meant to lead, and what hints and clues you are supposed to be picking up for the next level. What you need to know at the right time being granted to you for the moves that you are about to take or are taking. It's almost like a map, and they're showing me that map from Harry Potter where it's invisible until he needs to see. where all of a sudden he's seeing the steps, like he's seeing everybody around him, he's seeing the layout of the school. This is like your soul map, where individuals are trying to break into your pathway in order to block you at certain angles. What is being relayed to you is not available to you until it's time for you to take those steps. And this is how God is working, to keep your movements covered, to keep you covered, and to keep you protected. So that way the moves that you are being guided divinely to take come without mass hindrance and influence or interference. Exactly, to cover our tracks. And there are often times with, like, the footprints in the sand, God and the divine carry us, so they can't track this energetic imprint that we are leaving with where we are being guided to. This is another reason why you are a threat to organizations, networks, and societies, because they can't monitor your energy. They don't know specifically when you're going through an accelerated ascension. They can't pinpoint exactly when you're pulling in a timeline until it's too late, where your energy skyrockets. By the time your energy skyrockets, there's something else pulled in. There's a ripple effect that happens from the coding that has been integrated. There's a ripple effect that happens with the timeline that you've pulled in. And by the time they act upon it, it's already done. And with this King of Cups, oh, I said King of Cups. Oh, God. I'm sorry, bombastic criminal side eye. King of Staves, but there is no coincidences. King of Cups, I'm getting this King of Cups in the reverse, an emotionally manipulative individual that now wants to offer you an apology. They want to play on your emotions. This is somebody that may be the lead of an organization, network, or society, like we talked about over on YouTube, that wants to recruit you. It's giving this offer, this apology is, like we talked about on YouTube, individuals waiting for a tower to happen, organizations, networks, societies waiting for a tower to happen so they can come in and go, I am so sorry that happened to you. You're such a great person. You have so much potential. You could be a star. You know that, right? I'm going to give you a chance to be this star. Let me offer you something. Hollywood Unlocked. I just got an, oh, damn. Oh, I just got an ad that said Hollywood Unlocked. So here we go. This got something to do with Hollywood. This got something to do with these elites. With what I was just talking about. Them waiting for a tower to hit so they can come in and go, oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Like, we see potential in you. You should be a star. You should be a model. You should be blah, blah, an artist, a singer, whatever the fuck it is. And they want to come in and be like, I know you lost a lot. I know you've been going through a lot. This should have never happened to you. You didn't deserve that. But here's $1 million. Here, $50,000. You sign this contract with us. You know, we'll give you a house. We'll pay you to relocate. But they're offered. They're watching you. They're trying to evoke a tower in order to come in as Captain Motherfucking Save a God or Captain Motherfucking Save a Goddess, but God is already on it. I talked about this over on YouTube. God has already corrected what these little nefarious, diabolical, derelict ducks have tried to do to you. It's supposed to put you in a compromising position to where you could not say no. And God's giving it to wish fulfillment. It was supposed to look like wish fulfillment. God is giving this to you before any individual has a chance to. So they're trying to underhand you, backdoor you. Exactly. They want you to sell. They want you to compromise your soul because of how powerful you are. If you can control realms, dimensions, timelines, what would you be able to do for them? They'd be able to use you. Like I talked about on YouTube, you like the Neo, John Wick, John Constantine of this shit. And they want to make a deal. Exactly, they want you to sell out. They want you to offer something, yep. Thinking that this is going to be a celebration. There's a group here that wants to make a deal. They want to control you and manipulate your energy for their benefit. They know that there's protection that comes with your presence. And God is saying, absolutely the fuck not. This is being turned down before it even gets to you because there's not a tower happening to you. God's already made a way for you to receive whatever this is. It's going to be a Randy Jackson, that is going to be a no for me, dog. All right, hard pass. It's going to be a no for me, dog. God had seen the strategies, and your ancestors and the divine had seen the strategies that these individuals intended to take and use against you, only to block them so that this would have no effect on your purpose and the plan over your life. Nothing else worked. Exactly. Ancestors are not playing. And nothing else worked. But they really could use you. Oh my God, if they had access to you. If they could control you. If they could manipulate your mind. The things that they would have you do for them. The way that they would have you lead others. Because of the type of influence you have over other souls and this planet. And I'm not saying over other souls in a negative way. It's like when individuals perceive you, they see your light. And they go, I don't know why, but I'm drawn to this person. What are they talking about? They're talking about ascension. What the fuck is ascension? What is a divine masculine? What is a divine feminine? I don't know. The way that they're conveying this information, like I resonate with it. Like I'm feeling it. They convey this very gracefully. I'm attracted to this individual and what they're speaking on. Let me go do my own research. They start looking into things, and all of a sudden a light bulb goes off, and they go, I had this experience in my life. Is this what I am? Wait, I'm going through an ascension and I'm chosen? Wait a second. Wait. I've been a starseed before? Wait. This has been mental manipulation and control that I've experienced? Wait. This is practitioner work? This is voodoo? Like, all of a sudden the gears start going and they realize, this is my story. There are souls realizing, I've been stuck in this. I've experienced this. This is what that means because of you. And not only are you doing this with what it is you're conveying and sharing, and how individuals are inspired by your come up, by where God has placed you and what God has given you, but you're doing this energetically. Everything you integrate through your golden grid system is sparking others' lights. Like all of a sudden, we've talked about this before, where you will go, I want to dye my hair blue. And then all of a sudden, 3 days later, you start seeing like hundreds of people dyeing their hair blue. All of a sudden, just blue hair everywhere. And you're like, what the fuck? Now everybody has blue hair? I was going to do that. You relayed that information. Everything that you have learned, where you're like, I learned what a Syrian starseed is. I think that I used to be a Syrian starseed. All of a sudden, you start seeing other individuals talk about starseeds, Syrian starseeds, the interconnection of the stars and the pyramids, and why the pyramids are placed where they're at. All of a sudden, you see information being conveyed in the way that you were only thinking it. You may have not even spoken on this. You were just thinking it, and now all of a sudden, there are hundreds of individuals or thousands saying or thinking or doing what you were thinking. Exactly, a real life algorithm. Exactly. And you are in control of this algorithm. This is why elites, organizations, networks, and societies would love to control you. The influence you have over this realm and the God-ordained co-creative ability you've been given. Communication. What is this communication? We got 8 of Cups at the bottom. You're not taking this offer. You're not taking this offer. Basically, I'll see if the 8 of Cups comes back out, but you're walking away from this communication. You don't give a fuck what they offer you, because you know God's going to give it to you. So this is God already stating you made the right decision. Because they don't love you. Love in the reverse. Fuck them. With 3 of Pentacles, this is a group putting in work to blindside you, to cast an illusion over you, so you think they have your best. So you think they have the best intentions, and you wouldn't have benefit of the doubt of that. Like, you were supposed to look at this offer and think like, wow, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. This is what I wished for. With love in the reverse, you don't love ne'er not a motherfucking one of these demons. I don't give a fuck what they offer you. If it's 50 million, if it's fame, A new house? Fuck them. Whatever this is, it was supposed to put you in a position to be controllable. You were meant to see these individuals as having your best interest at heart. That was what I was trying to say earlier. Thank you. You were supposed to see them as having, there's the King of Cups, like I said. Win by any means necessary. You were supposed to see them as having your best interest at heart. And you're not falling for whatever root, love, spell, sympathy, sweetening bullshit this is. You're supposed to get sweet on these organizations, networks, and societies, and you did not. Real salty up in this bitch. Ain't there not a drop or a crumb of sugar in the way that you see these organizations, networks, and societies. You were being offered those things. I'm glad you listened to your discernment. Many of us have been approached by these organizations, networks, and societies already and turned them down. I can't tell you how many fucking individuals. I'm not even going to go into it. What I will say is, I knew God would give me what anybody else was trying to offer me. There's Nine of Pentacles right there. Didn't care who it came with or what it came with in whatever it is they were offering. Because I knew God was going to give me better than what individuals were trying to offer to me. Even though it looked good. And we're not falling for that shit. You were supposed to see, some of you were supposed to see, damn. We've been there. We've been there with magic. I know quite a few of us can resonate with the projections and illusions being put out by these organizations, networks, and societies to see a celebrity as a counterpart. Don't fall for that hoobly-jubbly nonsense. That's how they're trying to sweeten you for some of you. There's a reason why this motherfucker hasn't communicated with you. There's a reason why this motherfucker hasn't reached out. There's a reason why this motherfucker has not connected to you and opened up the lines of communication. Don't fall for that. If you think that an individual in a position of recognition is your soulmate, is your twin flame, I'm going to need you to let that go right now. Many of these individuals in these positions are not going to be able to maintain them. We are being guided to retract our energy from these celebrities, these stars, these influencers. And you know who is who. Like, for example, when you look at Aniko, you see Aniko as a guiding light. You know that with what Aniko speaks on, it's relaying a specific message, and it has certain light coatings in it. Now, whether or not Aniko is going to sell out, I don't know. That's completely up to the choices that they make. But if you look at Aniko, you can, if you don't know who Aniko is, you may want to look into them. Their music is beautiful. They started out on, they started gaining traction on TikTok. Very beautiful light energy. But again, it's completely up to them whether or not they sell out. I don't see them doing that, but again, I've been proven wrong based on the actions that others have taken when I believed in them. So Aniko, I-N-I-K-O. Aniko. I believe they have like white braids. No, not Ashniko. Not Ashniko. Aniko. I hope I'm saying it right. Aniko. I-N-I-K-O. They sing the song, God, I probably can't get this. I'm high, I'm from outer space. I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm high, I'm from outer space. Jericho, yes. I'm high, I'm from outer space. I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. That's the song that they sing. There are more, like 333 is a very beautiful song, as well as Armor, where they convey the type of spiritual battle that they've been up against. And comparing Aniko, looking at who is just the most, Travis Scott. All right, you can tell that Travis Scott is, let me hold my tongue. All right, you can see the difference in energy. Okay, you can see the light in one and the darkness in the other. And I'm not talking about skin tone. I'm talking, you look in his eyes, there's something wrong with that motherfucker. If you don't know who Travis Scott is, another example, Kylie Jenner. Everybody knows Kylie Jenner. You look at Nico and then you look at Kylie Jenner and you could tell one has light, one has ascended potential, and the other one is something dark. I'm not gonna go speak too much on that, but you can tell. All right, and there have been, like, this is about using your discernment, because there are so many of these individuals that you are seeing the darkness in that have chosen to stay on that side. I know some of y'all are not going to like this, but one of the individuals that some masculines may have thought was their counterpart, but actually holds a lot of darkness, is Doja Cat and Beyonce. You can't tell me nothing. All right. I know they're pretty to look at, but you can see in their eyes, like, something else not there. And if you listen to interviews that Beyonce has done, she talks about this alter ego that is not an alter ego, it's an entity. You can see the shift when this entity comes through. In the same way with the channeler, you can tell when a divine spirit comes through. You can feel when a divine spirit comes through. And in these beings, you can tell when something darker takes over. And they have allowed these darker entities, like Shadow Man, to, that one right there, yep. Tasha, that one right there. I believe that even Nicki Minaj talks about Roman being an entity. I don't even like talking about that, but I have to use an example of individuals that you know. What they have allowed into their spirit to attach to them in order to make it to certain heights. What do they call that? Lil Wayne talks about it too. Is it like Window Man? What the fuck is it? It's a term for a demonic attachment. It's like a coded phrase. I'm gonna have to look into that. They channeled me that coded phrase, but I don't remember what it is. I don't know if it's like Mirror Man or if it was like Window Man or something. Might have been Window Man, where it conveys, yes, possession, attachments. Many of these individuals, in order to reach heights of success, had to sacrifice others in order to feed these attachments. Just like in Shadow Man, the offering was supposed to be the prince. The prince, even though he is ditzy, had high vibrational energy. The Shadow Man and the entities wanted the prince, which aka royalty, which is your energy. These beings wanted that royalty, wanted that royal soul. And because he was unable to deliver that, they took Shadow Man instead. So these entities are going to be devouring these individuals in a way where they are publicly displaying the type of attachments that they have, without being able to feed them or energetically consume others in order to maintain them. Because a lot of these individuals, their giggity parties were rituals. They didn't just hold those nasty little parties for no reason. They didn't just get giggity with each other for no reason. It was energy transference, sacrificial rituals being done, attachments being made. There's a reason why so many individuals were compromised during those events. Like, y'all know how certain men will, like, I don't even want to go into it. You know if you know. Basically, it was a way to not only dominate another individual, but to compromise their spirit. And I'm not saying there is anything wrong with being a part of the LGBTQ community. For, like, I'm pansexual. I fall in love with soul. I don't fall in love with what's between your pants. But I do know that individuals were willing to do immoral acts that go against their spirit in order to obtain something. And that in itself was them fragmenting their spirit and allowing an attachment in order to achieve. And a lot of them are now coming to the realization of what that compromise was leading to. So again, absolutely no judgment, because I don't fall in love with gender. I fall in love with soul. I don't care what you have between your legs. If you are meant for me, then you're meant for me. If I'm meant for you, then I'm meant for you. But there are many individuals that they did not feel good about what they were having to do. Like, for example, Cassie letting all of those men be intimate with her because of the way that she feared Diddy. I know we don't want to give attention to this because we don't want our energy feeding into it, but I have to use this as an example. In the ways that these individuals had been compromised, God will not allow you to be put in a position to where you're compromised. You will never have to be in these positions because of the walk that you have taken with God. But like in situations with Cassie, there's a lot of cleansing that must happen to the spirit as well as the vessel in order to release any attachment she obtained with how many corrupted spirits she was taking on through these individuals at these parties. It wasn't just about mental manipulation. It wasn't just about dominating intimate acts to maintain control. It was also about completely fragmenting her spirit because of the light that she carried. When Cassie was first coming up, she had that type of light to her. She had that light in her eyes. You've seen it in many of these celebrities when they first enter fame. That light. The bubbly eyes, they just look all bubbly and just innocent and pure. And how that light diminishes. Same with Doja. When Doja first entered the industry, when Doja was first coming up, the light in her eyes. The light and the bubbliness, the childlike innocence in their eyes. Within a matter of months or years, gone. Justin Bieber is a great example. And you saw how they were all over him like vultures when he first came up. The type of adults that would touch him inappropriately on TV shows and interviews. There are so many videos that we had not recognized the type of abuse that he was going through and what his parents had signed him over in order to obtain. I do feel a lot of sympathy and empathy for Justin's, for what he's gone through and how he was being manipulated. Yes, soul snatching intimacy is real, exactly. And this is what they've been doing. They've been taking in fresh meat and manipulating, corrupting, and fragmenting their energy for their own, attaching so many entities to them that they would forever be entrapped within those demonic contracts. And it took for them to step into the light, and there's a lot that needs to be done in order. Aaron Carter, I got him channeled over on YouTube. So the fact that you just brought him up over here, yes, Aaron Carter was one of them. Some of them there's so many attachments, they just can't handle it. Some of these individuals right now are displaying a lot of depression, a lot of pain, a lot of guilt, and a lot of remorse because they're going through a purging process in order to be purified. And the best way to put this is, in order for them to be purified, transformed, and reconnected to their true self, in order for their soul to be bonded completely, this is the type of purging process they must go through. And there's a lot of hurt being displayed from these individuals that are now reliving these events and these triggering experiences to heal and to be able to sever the attachments that were feeding on and capitalizing off of that unhealed, painful state, that unhealed, painful memory. Just like many of us have had to relive certain experiences in order to heal from them. I know there was a lot of abuse that I was walked through by my spirit team in order for it to be purged. And it was not easy. A lot of the things my guides had me relive was what was keeping up an attachment to lower vibrational energies to manipulate me. And how it was, for how these entities were further attempting to compromise my spirit based on me holding on to that trauma. Me maintaining a mindset of suffering. Exactly, to set you free. And these individuals, in order to be set free, they must go through. They must see it. And the reason this is being brought up, because I know that was a long, drawn-out way of explaining these situations that these elites were attempting to use against you. But it needed to be addressed because many of you are looking at these individuals as though they're your soulmate or they're your twin flame without acknowledging the type of shadows that you are intuitively picking up. When you look at somebody, you can see that there's more to them. This is how fine-tuned your discernment has been. So if you believe that a celebrity or somebody in a position of recognition is your soulmate or your twin flame, listen to I just got removal of black magic, curses, hexes, and evil eyes. Listen to your intuition, because these motherfuckers may very well be attempting to hex, curse, or bind or attach to you based on the connection that you are allowing by perceiving them as a divine attachment, a divine connection. Look deeper. And you'll realize that the type of confusion that you've experienced with these individuals, the type of pain that you've experienced with these individuals, is not what a divine, God-ordained kingdom spouse would put you through. There's a reason why this individual is not there. There's a reason why this individual never came to save you. There's a reason why this individual that you may be perceiving as a counterpart never made an attempt to make your life better. That's what a divine counterpart does. In the way you make others' lives better and in the way that you treat yourself, your divine counterpart will reflect that and treat you accordingly to how you treat. And treat you accordingly, to how you treat yourself and how you treat others. And if this individual has not been treating you the way you treat others and the way you treat yourself, that's not a divine counterpart. I don't care what anybody says. A divine counterpart would not hurt you like that. A karmic contract would, in order to help you grow. An attachment would, in order to help you grow. But a divine counterpart, you receive when you have that inner harmonized balance. You receive when what is being reflected onto you, you can reciprocate. So if you are still in a state of codependency and pain, that's what you will attract. In order to trigger that to the surface so you can address it accordingly. And many of these celebrities, they were put in a position of recognition without having to address any of the shadows they carried. And that was used against them in order to solidify certain lower vibrational contracts that would keep them bound and controllable through any type of projection and manipulation that these elites were using. Like if you have a shadow of a trauma of abuse, and you haven't addressed that abuse that you experienced and it still haunts you every single day, and you sign a contract with an elite, with one of these darker elites, they will bind to you that entity based on your trauma and have it fragment your soul in such a way to where you won't be able to find a way out. You would never be perceived as being able to find a way out. That is why these elites know that what they've been directing towards you cannot have an effect. And another thing, we got to address this. With that, the trauma that you've experienced without addressing it, this is why there are certain alignments made to practitionary work. All magic is, whether it's voodoo, Santeria, what else? Occult practices, Satanism. All it is an energetic intention with an entity attachment. That's all these conjures are. These individuals are pouring their own energy into this work being done, or into a conjure of an entity that they view as being necessary to the outcome they desire, and they direct it towards you. And if you meet that, if you are in vibratory alignment with that, it will attach. You've done the work in order to be in the alignment of your highest vibrational timeline, your higher self. You would have advanced to this level where these elites are using this work at a low level vibration. They're using their own energy or a practitioner's energy to conjure, to direct an energetic intention with an entity attachment that cannot adhere because you are not a conducive match to it. And with these celebrities that make these deals, their trauma is manipulated in a way to where you will see them crashing out or losing their mind because the trauma that they needed to acknowledge, they didn't. And that trauma was used against them in order to meet a vibratory alignment with the work that was being projected over them. Which is why you see so many individuals crashing out like Britney Spears or are falling into an addiction. Like crashing out Britney Spears, Orlando Brown, or falling into an addiction like Orlando Brown has done many a time. Many of these celebrities trying to mask their pain and avoid acknowledging it through a vice. And this is how these elites have maintained a position of control, through fear, through manipulation that would meet those they were targeting. Energetic alignment, energy would attach to their auric field, and it hasn't been able to attach to you because not only are you a protected divine being under God's hands, but you are also not a vibratory match to what they've been directing towards you. You have healed what could have been used against you. You fear nothing but the Creator. And this is what further adds to the aggravation of these elites not being able to affect you, root you, influence you, mentally manipulate you. Exactly, high ranking. That's where you are at. And the more that these souls release and purge and acknowledge, the more they will ascend. So again, you're going to see certain individuals going through a painful release publicly. Part of me thinks that's what Justin Bieber is going through right now, is a very painful release where the karmic attachments are being broken off of him, and that may be why he's so miserable in the relationship he is in now. Because I do believe that Hailey Bieber may have been a handler that he felt like he had to be with because of some type of fear that was evoked through the manipulation of those that were observing him. And as well as certain love binding and roots that were done to keep him in that dynamic. And the more that he is connected to the light, the more that he has worked on himself, the more that he has talked to God, the more that he has been freed, the more these attachments are snapping. Which is why whatever obsession love spell that was done on him, the roots that were placed on him by his current partner, this may be why he's so miserable, is because those roots are broken. He's now seeing that he has more control over his reality than he thought that he was being given. And he's no longer susceptible to the type of manipulation that was he's breaking out of being in alignment to the type of manipulation that was being done on him to keep him from acknowledging the power he truly had and how he could stand in his sovereign power and piece his soul back together. For he wasn't lost. He still had a fighting chance. Now, depending on his next actions, this is just for example, y'all. I know that I said don't give these celebrities attention nor energy. But what has been revealed to me about these individuals is the same thing that's going on with those that you have influenced and inspired based on how God has pulled you out of certain situations and how you refuse to quit. You've got individuals that had compromised their spirit that you don't even know, that are watching you, inspired by you, learning from you, and stepping into the light, recalling their soul fragments, and doing the work necessary to repair their spirit, which is further putting these organizations, networks, and societies in a compromising position because they're losing the energy they've intaken to maintain them. You are a massive threat. Balance. You're balancing the scales. Exactly, they're calling their energy back. You woke the world up. You woke those who felt lost. up to the path that would lead them to understanding. And that's beautiful. You are the balance that God needed on this planet. You are what God has placed on this planet to restore the balance. To show that true power doesn't come from fear. True power doesn't come from corruption, sacrifices, darker entities, demons. True power comes from faith and the Most High. That there really is a source that has been seeing all. There really is a higher power that will assure safe passage to where you're meant to be and what you're meant to do. You've shown the world that God will always make a safe, the sun, that God will always, the sun, Messiah energy, that God will always make a safe space for those that are willing to learn, for those that are willing to express, for those that are willing to be saved. And this is what I mean by you are the rapture, but you are also the repentance, the restoration. You are fury and vengeance, but you're also forgiveness. You are divine chaos and celestial peace. This is what they mean by you are the balance. And how individuals experience this life is based on how they move according to you. If they combat you, if they attempt to destroy you, like a mere reflection, it will be redirected. I heard delegated, redirected back into their experience in the way that would be most suitable for an activation into healing. And if they refuse the purification process and the activation into what needs to be acknowledged to heal, they will be seen as a corrupted, lower vibrational virus and dealt with accordingly. You are the purification this planet needed. You are the activation. And not saying that any individual that is not ready to be healed will be eradicated. But what I am saying is if their soul, I won't even say, those that may have a fragment of their soul but choose to be wicked, have solidified their position in wickedness, will be dealt with like a virus. No longer necessary within the true world. They will be put in a position to where the only influence they have is over themselves. This is like this rapture. Either these individuals will be placed into isolation to where they will have no connections to influence or corrupt, or they will be removed accordingly. Their life will go based on how they attempted to manipulate, hurt, harm, and injure others. Their life will be a reflection of their energy, their intentions, and their decisions. And those within that old timeline that have chosen wickedness, solidified an experience of wickedness by sacrificing the remaining light that they had, will remain in old timelines that are caving in on themselves. That will be what they're exactly inverted. Their experience will be inverted, like the upside down in Stranger Things. That will be their timeline, and they will not be able to pull anybody else into their timeline. With the awakening and with where we are at vibratorily, there are things unfolding to put us in a position of power and recognition and prosperity to make opportunities for those who may have been intentionally limited and hindered. Some of us are the blessing to others that God has been a blessing to us. You see what I'm saying? Like, we are going to be blessing others in the way that God has blessed us because of the provisions that have been given. Position, monetary means, recognition, stability, whatever this is, it's going to put you in a position to be a blessing to others in the way that you have been blessed. Damn, this life has been deep. I might upload this one to YouTube. I might. I'm gonna see if it'll save. These messages have been coming through heavy. What the fuck going on? I'm sorry, I just snapped out of a channel. You can tell when there's a divine being coming through, and then when I like zone back into what the fuck is going on, and I'm like, oh Jesus, this war has been intense. And the big dogs that had been running the show for a very long time are conflicted, confused, and aggravated. The fact that they have not been able to affect you. They have not been able to stop you nor your movement and where you're going. And now I gotta pull some angels on top of that. Just real quick, y'all. You are safe. Your peace and you are being protected. I'm gonna shuffle it back in the deck. Welcome to the new. What's up, baby boo? Welcome to the new. The timelines you have pulled in, yes, they're for humanity, but they're also for you. What else we got going on, angels? Claire, audience, outdoors. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. With outdoors, they've been outcasted. Some of you also need to get outside and get grounded. Take a breather, eat something high vibrational. But I'm feeling like this outdoors, what you have been conveyed, what has been channeled to you is happening currently. With what I was just talking about, where I'm like, these big dogs that are being outcasted, these big dogs that were seeing themselves as alpha, now being a beta. Like now being demoted, now being moved to where the only effect they have is on themselves. With outdoors, it's like they don't have the key to true world, like heaven on earth. They've been thrown out of heaven. They don't get another chance. This is what you are having conveyed to you right now is you did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. That's what I'm feeling. We did it. The light has won. And there's no going back, even though they have been trying. Trust your intuition. We won. Trust your intuition. What did I just say? We won. That was what I was intuitively picking up on. I know y'all have been sensing it. Where you're like, I feel like there's a massive change happening. There's something really great unfolding. There's a shift. W's for days! W's in the chat. Exactly. Big W. Big W. That's what I'm talking about. We did it. Your intuition is correct. Whatever you've been... Winner! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. We won. Big W's. Big wins. And there are big wins about to come through. We talked about you being a light society leader over on YouTube. Where there are dark societies, there are dark secret societies. You are a light society. You have created a light society. And this light society is going to be assuring opportunities for sacred souls that were being intentionally limited and blocked from reaching their peak, from reaching where their energy is elevated. You're going to be giving others a chance. Sensitivity, you are not sensitive. With sensitivity in the reverse, you're not sensitive. Yes, you are sensitive to energies. Yes, you are intuitive. But right now, it's like you're not sensitive. You're not being triggered. They're not seeing what they need to see. They were expecting a emotional upheaval that would indicate some type of root has taken place. Some type of attachment had adhered. They're not seeing this. With sensitivity in the reverse, your energy is not to be touched. It's not to be attached to. They're not seeing an emotional upheaval or react. It's like they were trying to see if you were being reactive. And you're not. Teaching and learning. You're still a guiding light here. Again, you know too fucking much. These individuals were trying to sabotage not only your connection to the divine and incapacitate or cripple you pertaining to your experience so they could come in with an offer, but they were also trying to put you in a position to be reactive so that you would be easier to manipulate, control, and obtain. Like you're some type of game. Like, y'all know how people will call, like, bunnies and deer game? I'm going hunting. That's what I'm getting. And now the rabbit's got the gun. These individuals can't hunt you. They can't target you. Prosperity and family. They also can't stop what you're about to receive. Your galactic, celestial, divine, angelic family is assuring that you receive every material need that you are supposed to have at this time. Supernatural provisions. Wish fulfilled. With family, again, you are so very much loved. Your spirit, this is your family. We're your family, yes. This galactic golden ohana is your family, but this is also about your ancestors, your angels being like, our bond is sacred. And we're going to assure that you receive all of the monetary means that are due to you. Doesn't matter if they're trying to financially block you, we got you. It's like these elites were trying to box you in, so again, you would need them. You would accept their offer. Divine's not letting that happen. Spread your wings. You will be soaring. You will be flying. Flying right into abundance that is needed. It's like you are not going to be limited based on the finances they are trying to block. There's an overflow coming through that's going to put you in a position to really take off. And you're on the right path, baby. You're on the right path. You have chosen wisely. Keep going. This is also you being exactly where you need to be. And your energy is balanced. You know what to do. Divine order. This is giving. Orders have been given by higher ups. Orders have been given by God. Orders have been given by warring angels. Could be Archangel Michael, because Archangel Michael energy is coming through. There are like orders being given to how they are being guided to move you. With you know what to do, this is like them being given the green light to move on your behalf. You got angels and ancestors being ordered to do whatever is necessary to assure your success. And that you get to where you're supposed to. Excuse me, corrected. Not only that you get to where to protect your motherfucking ass. You are safe. What did I just say about Archangel Michael energy is all up in here. This card is Archangel Michael. You are safe. Orders have been given. By any means necessary, protect this child. Clear your space. So everybody being cleared out. Everybody's being cleared out. Anybody trying to influence your energy, attach to your energy, destiny swap with you, target you, possibly even target your physical vessel or try and put you in danger. It's not flying. So basically these energies are being cleared out. Everything that's meant to be yours, take your power back, is being given to you. So you may have a very, very close connection with Archangel Michael. But by any means necessary, keep you safe. Victory and gifts from God at the bottom of the deck. That's what, bro. I'm done. With Ask Your Angels, this is giving the divine source said, assure this victory. A victory that you asked your angels for. Keep my babies, my fur babies, my home, and myself safe. One of the prayers that I say every day before I leave my home, whether it's go to the grocery store or the gym or even out for a walk, is, God, please protect this space. Please protect my fur babies. Please protect me. And let me return home safely and victoriously. That is the prayer that I say every time I leave my house. Some of you have been praying over your travels. You've been praying every day. There's something that you have asked your angels for that you are getting a victory in. And that is being given to you. Doesn't just have to be safety and protection. Could also be that you prayed for stability. You prayed to make a massive impact on this planet. You prayed to be recognized for your gifts. You prayed to be of service to the Most High and whatever the Most High needed you for. You prayed for all corruption and illusion to be exposed and shattered. You prayed for Mama Gaia. You prayed for the children. Whatever this is, could be all of the above. Because I know all of that. I've been praying for all of that. And the galactic. I want every sacred soul to win. One of the prayers that I said and that I've been saying is, just like you bless me, God, bless all those that support, advocate, and celebrate me. All the sacred souls on this planet that deserve a massive win. Because we, as revolutionary light leaders, need that. We need to see each other win. It's going to build morale in our divine revolution. It's going to build morale in the collective. Please let every sacred soul receive a massive blessing and a massive win. And it's happening. We went, thank you, Oz Earth Angel, for subscribing and supporting your girl. And know that in each and every way that you support me and others, you're receiving that support back in your reality in all the ways that it is due. Thank you. This is it. Gifts from God, y'all, with victory. You get a victory in what you asked for. You get to see your reality change in the way that you've changed the world. So open your arms to receive these gifts from your Creator. And I love you too. I love you too. And I'm going to end it right there, you guys. I feel like if I dive any deeper, we're going to get into more of the musky, muskrat, derelict duck, lower vibrational, musty nasty, rancid, roach-ass society, elite organization energy, and I'm not here for that. I feel like this is good. There's a victory that they said victory for all. For this is the true world, and what your true energy is deserving of, you have attracted. With having the co-creative ability, you have co-created timelines for humanity to where sacred souls get success. You've made it. Welcome to the new. You get to experience this too. And I'm going to leave it there, Galactic Golden Nuggets. You may want to tune into the YouTube reading. We did go in a little bit more on this subject and topic, but I don't feel like as deeply as we did over here. There may be some tidbits over on that YouTube video that you may want to tune into. If not, it's perfectly okay, because I feel like you got the gist of the entirety of this energy over here. And I pray that you do something absolutely magnificent, miraculous with what you now know, the power you carry, and what you were able to co-create on this planet. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Anyways, you guys, I love you. I appreciate you. I honor you. And I will see you again tomorrow. So until then, remain peaceful, unconditionally loving, stand united, and remain respectful, unless disrespected. Then check with the Most High and check your motherfucking self before you check a motherfucker with grace. And like Jase would say, XXX Tentacion, ay. If anybody tells you to lay down, run them the fuck over. But not with your car, vroom vroom, with your energy. Because we have nothing to prove, our energy obviously does it for us. And last, but most definitely not least, drink your motherfucking water. It's a conduit of energy, and it will assist you at this time with the integration of whatever you may have taken on and are currently alchemizing. And remain balanced, stay grounded, and remember who the fuck you are. A powerful, unconditionally loved and loving, co-creative child of the Most High. Remember who you are. Exactly. Yes, Lynette. You know I gotta end every message with that. Remember who you are, why you're here, and what you are capable of co-creating. I love you. And I will see you again tomorrow. So until then, bye. And I'll upload this one to YouTube if it lets me.